Their session with a renewed effort to overturn voter-approved abortion rights. And officials notified parents in Baxter Springs about a confirmed case of whooping cough. KOAM News at 10 is next. Now at 10, Missouri senators finished the legislative session with an attempt to repeal voter-approved abortion rights. Plus, the city of Carthage has a settlement in its lawsuit with the former city administrator, but admits no wrongdoing. And the city of Joplin offers a unique way to encourage historic preservation.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
6 months after Missouri voters approved an abortion rights amendment, Republican state lawmakers approved a new referendum that would seek the amendment's repeal. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Dow Quick. The repeal would ban most abortions with only a few exceptions. The newly proposed constitutional amendment would send the issue back to voters in November of 2026. Sooner, if Governor Mike Kehoe calls a special election before then. The measure passed the Republican-led House last month, passed the Senate today. Last November, Missouri voters narrowly approved a constitutional amendment guaranteeing a right to abortion. The Missouri Senate wrapped up its annual legislative session with the proposed repeal on abortion, as well as repeal of paid sick leave and minimum wage increases, with a full 2 days left in the session. A lawsuit claiming retaliation in Carthage is now settled. The city of Carthage settles its lawsuit with former city administrator Greg Dagnan. Dagnan claims council members and officials retaliated against him for reporting theft within the administration and violations of law. In April of 2024, Carthage City Council voted multiple times to fire Dagnan, but Mayor Dan Reif initially blocked the decision, citing Missouri's Sunshine Law. He said the vote was not listed on the meeting agenda, as would be required. Dagnan's lawsuit notes several instances in April and on May 10th when the council falsely announced his termination. On May 30th, the mayor allowed the council's decision to stand. Dagnan filed his lawsuit before learning he would be let go. Fast forward to February when a judge issued a partial ruling, and now the city of Carthage has settled the rest of the lawsuit with Dagnan. Specific details of the settlement were not released. The city's insurance covered most costs, with the city paying a $1,000 deductible and denying any wrongdoing. Authorities in Massachusetts launched an investigation involving a former Cherokee County, Kansas deputy and a juvenile. The Fall River, Massachusetts Police Department contacted the Cherokee County Sheriff's Office last month regarding the investigation. The department had discovered what appeared to be an inappropriate relationship between Garrett Gayoso of Baxter Springs and a juvenile in Massachusetts. After verifying the information with the KBI, the Cherokee County Sheriff's Office placed Gayoso on administrative leave. The deputy has since resigned. Last week, an arrest warrant was issued for Gayoso for the charge of obscene material. Gayoso's attorney says plans are underway for Gayoso to surrender himself to law enforcement authorities in Massachusetts. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy for a first look at the weather.
Well, it turned out to be a super warm one for us today. Actually, we are only a few degrees shy of a record high. We stay into the 80s. Next several days, we are going to see a few showers just south of the region tomorrow. Thunderstorm chances Friday morning, but a severe threat really starts to increase, especially by Sunday. Tonight's going to be quiet. We only drop back near 70 later on tonight. As we go through the daytime hours, we should be near 80, 82 once again for a high tomorrow. Looking at Friday morning, a few thunderstorms may try to pop up, especially along and south of I-44, and then a big severe threat to our east as we go through the day. Look at our highs. 88 record was 92 on this date. Outside right now, it's still warm, sitting into the upper 70s. We'll talk about thunderstorm chances here in just a bit.
See you in a few. Baxter Springs Public Schools is alerting parents that a case of whooping cough was diagnosed in an individual associated with the high school. According to a letter sent to parents, the respiratory illness is highly contagious. It spreads through coughing or sneezing. Those considered a close contact should expect a call from the Cherokee County Health Department. Some Carthage residents got a peek behind the curtain today about how the water and electric plant works. CWEP hosted 2 tours of the water treatment plant. The goal was to educate the public about how Carthage treats and delivers safe water to residents.
So this is the filter media. This is what's below in the filters, and it's what filters out any contaminants in the water and makes it safe and clean.
CWEP is in its 125th year of serving the residents of Carthage. Historic Murfreesburg Preservation Incorporated is launching its very first treasure hunt this Saturday to teach the community about Joplin's rich history. The treasure hunt kicks off in the parking lot of Joplin City Hall, and participants will solve clues that lead them to historic sites across town. Paula Callahan, who's on the planning committee of the event, says it's a fun way for residents to delve into Joplin's history.
Found this was a boom town, in the 1900s, so there's a lot of history, a lot of stories, and a lot to learn. And a lot of people that live here don't even know some of these places exist. They don't know Murfreesburg exists.
The first person to solve all the clues in the correct order wins a $1,000 prize. Folks in Nevada got to dig into a good meal today and a good cause. That story's coming up. And animal activists file a lawsuit to stop the relocation of 2 elephants to Oklahoma. Why they say the animals would suffer mental and physical harm at the Tulsa Zoo. Animal activists file a lawsuit seeking to block the planned relocation of 2 elephants to Oklahoma. The group alleges the Los Angeles Zoo misled the public by saying the animals would be moved to an elephant experience and nature preserve in Tulsa, Oklahoma, but instead are being sent to a zoo. Lauren Posen reports.
It's the latest twist in the years-long debate over 40-year-old Billy and 59-year-old Tina, the last 2 elephants at the Los Angeles Zoo.
They are going to continue to suffer under the same inhumane conditions, and this is unacceptable.
The zoo plans to relocate Billy and Tina to the Elephant Experience and Preserve in Tulsa, Oklahoma, so the elephants will continue getting top care and get a chance to join a larger herd. Attorney Melissa Lerner, who represents John Kelly, the man suing the LA Zoo, says that preserve is actually part of a larger elephant enclosure at the Tulsa Zoo.
The zoo environment, well-settled science confirms, is an inhumane environment, no matter how big the zoo enclosure, for elephants, and they will suffer mental and physical harm.
The 35-page complaint asked the court to block the move to Tulsa or any other zoo and instead send Billy and Tina to a sanctuary accredited by the Global Federation of Animal Sanctuaries. The lawsuit also has the support from Grammy winner Cher, who co-founded the charity Free the Wild. In a statement to the court, Cher says in part, "I've seen firsthand what it takes to rescue, rehabilitate, and safely relocate elephants to sanctuaries. The Tulsa Zoo is not a sanctuary. Billy and Tina have served their time in confinement. They deserve the chance to live out their lives in peace and dignity." This isn't the first time Cher has stepped in to help animals. Back in 2020, she helped rescue Kavan, known as the world's loneliest elephant, and helped move into a sanctuary in Cambodia after he spent years living in grim conditions without a companion. As for Billy and Tina, zoogoers we spoke with also want to see them have the same fate.
I'm not against it. I'm for it. I'm very much for animal rights.
I think they should go to a sanctuary. Yeah, what do you think, Tobes? Same thing. Same thing.
Tell us why.
I think they deserve to go a little bit more free range instead of the smaller zoos.
CBS News has reached out to the city attorney's office, but they said they don't comment on pending litigation. They also reached out to the zoo, Mayor Karen Bass's office, and Councilmember Bob Blumenfeld, who has said in the past he supports the animals going to a sanctuary, but they haven't heard back. Community members in Nevada had the chance to get lunch, all while supporting a good cause today. On My Own is a nonprofit which works to help support those with disabilities so they can remain living independently in their own homes. Today, the organization hosted its 10th annual Disability Awareness Lunch fundraiser. It's where community members could buy meals and proceeds would go to the nonprofit. The event allows for the community to learn about the organization's mission while helping to raise money to support those in need.
we can help individuals get assistive technology or durable medical equipment. And so we just have a lot of programs here at On My Own that go to our On My Own Foundation, and we just raise money for individuals who are in need, and that could be seniors or people with disabilities.
This year, On My Own sold 400 plates for that fundraiser. The organization says they plan to keep the Disability Awareness Lunch an annual tradition for years to come. It was a big signing day for our Purple Dragon today, but not for sports. John Lee, a student at Pittsburgh High School, signs to take his military skills to the University of Southern California's Naval ROTC. Upon graduation from the university's Naval ROTC midshipmen, they're commissioned as Marine second lieutenants or Navy ensigns.
Through being in that environment for a little bit, I've just learned that it connects so many people in such strong ways, and it also just like builds you up as an individual to where you can be the true form of yourself while also spurring that same growth from everyone else around you.
A little bit later, John Dales has highlights of high school baseball tournament play as Columbus takes on Galena. That's coming up in sports.
Plus, temperatures staying warm, but also thunderstorm chances. We'll look at that coming up. Well, it turned out to be a great Wednesday for us today. Temperatures kind of teetering on hot, upper 80s to near 90 degrees. Not as warm or hot on Thursday, but still it's going to be up there above average. We should be topping out 77, 78 for this time of the year. We're going to start near 70 as we go toward the noon hour, near 80. And then once we get into the afternoon, I think most of us 82, maybe 83 degrees. Couple showers could skirt Benton County, McDonald County, Berry County. Everybody else will stay dry as we go through tomorrow afternoon. Heading into Friday morning, let's stop at 6 a.m. Temperatures a little bit cooler, near 60. Now, we got to watch Friday morning for a few thunderstorms to pop. Most likely, these will be along and south of I-44, but whatever can get going will have the potential to have some large hail and then really go severe as they push east of the region. Once we get past that morning window, we look fine for Friday. So Friday evening is going to be fine. I know there's a lot of graduations going on. Everything looks good for Friday evening. And then we kind of reevaluate once we go into the weekend. Starting out Saturday into the upper 50s. Day planner 75 to start, 79 by noon. High temp right around 82 degrees. A little breezy today, a little breezy again tonight. Winds gusting 20 to 30. They calm down a little bit tomorrow out of the west at about 10 to 20 and then pick back up again as we go into Friday morning. So a little breezy over the next couple days. Looks good. Nice shot. Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex Tower Cam outside for you right now. Still, it's warm. Kind of humid, upper 70s to near 80 degrees. There's been ongoing thunderstorms across the western high plains. Severe weather in Nebraska into South Dakota. This is the beginnings of our next system that's not going to affect us much. Could give us those few random storms on Friday morning. It's the one behind that we have to keep our eyes on. It's way out here in the Gulf of Alaska, and that's the one that will give us better chances for thunderstorms. All right, so let's break it down. In the yellow, low severe threat. We'll just watch those ones Friday morning, then they push east. Saturday looks good. Thunderstorms to our south, but move in Saturday night, so some of those could be low grade severe. Sunday, mainly central Kansas, central Oklahoma, but they'll drive in late Sunday. Those could be severe. Much higher threat for afternoon severe weather on Monday and then into Tuesday. So we've got to keep our eyes on that. Let's go a little bit farther into detail. Here's the weekend Saturday. Some thunderstorms try to press in by evening. So we start with rain on Sunday. Most of the day dry. Severe thunderstorms to our west. Drive in Sunday night into Monday morning. We reload, do it again on Monday, driving east into the region, and then do it again by Tuesday afternoon. So I think our higher severe threat and rain threat is going to be Sunday through Tuesday. 82 tomorrow, 83 Friday, random storms, but that bigger severe threat for our region Sunday through Tuesday.
I know you'll keep us updated as necessary.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks, Doug. A new approach to treating breast cancer has the potential to greatly improve survival rates. The University of Cambridge study found chemotherapy followed by the cancer drug olaparib led to 100% of patients surviving for at least 3 years after surgery. The drug is given 2 days after chemotherapy to give the body time to recover. People who spend more time sitting or lying down are more likely to develop Alzheimer's disease. A study by Vanderbilt University Medical Center found a link between sedentary time and neurodegeneration. Even when people exercise regularly, they still faced a higher risk of Alzheimer's if they spent a lot of time sitting or lying down. People with multiple long-term health problems have a much higher rate of depression. The University of Edinburgh study showed having 2 or more chronic conditions can more than double the likelihood of a depression diagnosis. People with both heart disease and diabetes had a particularly high risk. Still ahead, NFL offensive lineman Tristan Colon visits students at Fairview Elementary School, and Columbus and Galena baseball square off in a regional quarterfinal playoff game. John Dales has those stories and more up next in sports.
At Arvest Bank.
Here in Carlton.
The playoffs are here for high school baseball in Kansas. Tonight across the area, our local teams in Class 3A and below playing regional quarterfinals. 3 wins over the next week plus gives you a trip to the state tournament. Columbus hosts Galena in the regional quarterfinal. We start in the first inning. Reese Ponce smacks this ball up the middle and through. That's a 2-out RBI single. Next batter, Cash Smith, and he rockets one to the opposite field. That drops in for a hit, and that sets up runners on the corners, first and third, where Jet Tanner comes to the plate, and he pulls this into left center and down. 2 more runs scored. Titans take a 3-0 lead in the first. The next inning, Ben Major strikes out the batter looking. He keeps the Bulldogs off the board. Now in the third, bases loaded, and Carter Woodcock gets it past the infield. 2 more come home. It's 5-0 Titans. Columbus goes on to beat Galena 6-0 and advances to the regional semifinal against Caney Valley on Monday. The playoffs are well underway for our local junior colleges, Fort Scott and Coffeyville. Both of them played their first games at the district tournament in Salina yesterday. Greyhounds lost, the Red Ravens won. That means Fort Scott today plays an elimination game, and that's where its season comes to a close. Greyhounds fall to Cloud County 7-3. They finished the year with a record of 37-24. Coffeyville loses for the first time in tournament play tonight. The Red Ravens fall to Cowley 18-1. That means they'll face Cloud County in an elimination game tomorrow afternoon at 1. Students at Fairview Elementary School in Carthage get a special visit from an NFL player who hails from Southwest Missouri. Webb City High School graduate and 5-year NFL veteran offensive lineman Tristan Colon speaks to 2nd and 3rd graders this morning about the importance of perseverance and staying in school.
Again, there was a saying, it takes a village to raise a child, and I would say it probably took the entire 417 kind of area code to raise me. It means a lot to me to be able to go around, come back to the community, be able to help with camps or help out in schools, do career days, things like that, just to be around and to be able to be a voice in the community.
After spending 3 seasons with the Ravens and the last 2 with the Arizona Cardinals, Colon is currently a free agent looking for a new team in his 6th season in the NFL. Since it's a Wednesday night, it's time for another Diamond Deep Dive on the Cardinals and Royals. St. Louis enters today with the longest active winning streak in Major League Baseball. They've won 9 games in a row, but that ends this afternoon as the Cardinals lose the first game of a doubleheader to the Phillies 2-1. However, they bounce right back and score 14 runs on 19 hits in the second game. They win that 14-7. Phillies actually jumped out to a 5-1 lead in that second game, and starting pitcher Sonny Gray only goes 3 2/3 innings, but Mason Wynn goes 4 for 5 with 3 RBI. Alec Burleson with 3 hits, including a home run, and the Cardinals now they're just 1 game back of the Cubs for first place in the NL Central. Meanwhile, the Royals lose their series finale against the Astros 4-3. Now, with the loss, Kansas City drops to 4.5 games behind the Tigers for the lead in the AL Central. 1 game behind the Guardians for second place. The Royals, they have a couple of days off before facing the Cardinals on Friday. Back to Tristan Cologne's visit to the area. I've seen him before at some of those camps that he was talking about, the Webb City offensive lineman camp. So yeah, he definitely does, care about being from the area.
It's great that he gives back to the community that, as he says, helped to raise him and make him who he is.
For sure.
We'll be right back.
In the state of Missouri,
Missouri Southern student athletes, coaches from present and past, and donors gathered this evening for the unveiling of the new Rod Anderson Baseball Clubhouse at Warren Turner Field. The clubhouse features a locker room, coach's office, and a meeting room. It's named after Rod Anderson, a 1976 graduate of the Plaster School of Business and longtime supporter of Missouri Southern athletics.
In the fall of 2021, we dedicated the Rasmussen indoor baseball and softball hitting facility. So that's out here. And now the clubhouse out here, this really becomes a one-stop shop for our baseball student athletes to be able to come out and have all the amenities that they need for their experience here at Missouri Southern from an athletic standpoint.
The new clubhouse was made possible through 100% private funding and the support of 107 individual donors. This is a nice day, although kind of warm to get out and do that today.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people drinking water in that video, and you're going to need to continue to do that. 80s for the next several days, but thunderstorm chances really increasing, especially by the second half of the weekend.
Final sports notes.
Pittsburgh State Baseball plays its first NCAA tournament game tomorrow. That's against Henderson State up in Minnesota.
Let's go. I want to see them end on a high note if they can. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget the morning show starts at 5 a.m. and let's make it a great tomorrow.